Hello, everybody. The guys from Germany trying to solve Advent of Code again. Day 3 today. And today, Thomas is not with us. I'm here with Achim, the other
Good
colleague.
morning.
This is Achim. So we try to solve together these puzzles. And it's, I guess, not much time to go. I need to click here the right thing. 1 minute 50 seconds to go. So, Achim, what do you expect for today?
I have absolutely no idea, but that is the thrill of it.
Yeah.
And I believe this is the best advent calendar in the whole wide world.
I guess today there will be an more or less hard job because it's weekend, and in the weekends, Eric Wastel knows that we got more time than usual, so he gives us the harder challenges.
Hmm. That would mean if Advent of Code would start on a Saturday or Sunday, it would begin with a really, really hard nut job.
Yeah, well,
Wow, that
why?
that wouldn't be good for overall participation.
Yeah. So I'm still dreaming of one day I will get some points on the leaderboard, but but I was never near to this.
Last year I got on 2 days under the first 1,000 to finish. And believed that was already quite awesome.
I'm sure it was. No, 10
10
seconds. Let's go.
and open. One elf has the important job of loading all of the rucksacks with supplies for the jungle journey. Unfortunately, that elf didn't quite follow the packaging instructions, so a few items now need to be rearranged. Each rucksack has two large compartments. All items of a given type are meant to go into exactly one of the two compartments. The elf that did the packing failed to follow this rule for exactly one item type per rucksack. The elves have made a list of all of the items currently in each rucksack, your puzzle input, but they need your help finding the errors. Every item type is identified by a single lowercase or uppercase letter, that is A, and small a and large A refer to different types of items. The list of items for each rucksack is given as characters on a single line. A given rucksack always has the same number of items in each of its two compartments, so the first half of the characters represent items in the first compartment, while the second half of the characters represent items in the second compartment. For example, uh, so we get lines, we need to split them in halves, and then we have the two compartments. Okay, understand that from the explanation. The only item type that appears in both compartments is uppercase L. Ah, okay.
Is this splitted in the middle, or how is this splitted?
You have to split it in the middle and then look up which character occurs on both sides.
Okay.
To begin, get your puzzle input. So, that was a use for the Gutenberg keyboard. So, what is the sum of the priorities of those item types?
I still did not understood what's about these priorities. So,
Lowercase item types have priorities 1 through 26. Uppercase priorities 27 through 52. Okay.
okay. Still the numbers. Okay, we have to sum up the priorities which are in both departments, yeah? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, okay.
So I start with building a method for calculating the priority. Um, have the two strings.
I see my computer is very slow caused by the recording I'm doing, so my compiler needs
Oh, I'm
ages to
sorry.
run. So, but I need 27 seconds for one compiler run. Oh my god.
It goes to set. Ah.
So I submitted twice a wrong answer. No.
I'm still putting together my answer
So
because I had to.
-1, 27.
Oh,
This one. I don't
yeah,
need
that produces just the boolean, so
that.
this should leave
It's
only one. Is missing a static keyword and run. So, yes, 8088 is the right answer for my first part.
okay.
As you finish identify the spacing item, the elves come to you with another issue. Do you want to hear it?
No, thanks.
Okay.
So now I'm trying the test input for my thing. I got some error in my code. I don't see it, and I have to debug.
And I somehow are currently tying up my fingers. So,
Okay. Okay, my error is that I count the item twice if there are twice in there in the second half.
that's a little bit unfortunate.
Okay. At least I understood it now. Yoo-hoo, I got a star.
Damn it. I ran myself into no such element exception. Oh. That's why.
So for each item there are exactly 3 elves having this item in the rucksack. Is it this?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm done.
Nice.
So, in theory, I could now try to help you.
You see what I'm doing?
Not yet.
So, now.
I'm still sharing.
Okay. Okay, then I would have to share. So I will share, okay?
Yes.
I guess for the recording there's no difference, but you will see what I'm doing. So one problem is my computer is fairly slow, so now you should see my screen. So on the right hand side my console, on the left hand side the statement. So now what I would do is first thing build build a map of items to elves. So what do we have to output in the end? What is the sum of those item types? Which item types?
I did it in a way that I looped over the list of lines
Yeah,
in steps of 3.
I still try to understand the problem here. So we got groups of elves, which is group of 3 elves, which got one common item. And now what to do? So I got some groups. Now what do I collect, or what items?
I did a for loop that iterates by 3, and then and then I take the current line and the 2 next. So I plus 1, I plus 2, convert them into a set of characters,
I still
and
don't understand what we are searching for, so I need to first understand the problem before I can talk about
then I'm
implementation.
looking for a single common item,
The single
the single
common
common
item of
letter
what?
of those three elves in focus. In
I
the
think
first part, you look through the left and the right half of each rucksack. Now you're looking at 3 rucksacks at the same time
but I thought
and completely
every item
ignore.
is in 3 rucksacks, isn't it? Every item is.
Yes,
So we have to collect all items, or what?
you look through all 3 rucksacks, and they have one item in common. So this item occurs in each of these 3 rucksacks, but but all the others are completely
So we
different.
need to collect the items which are in exactly 3 rucksacks. Is it that?
Yes.
Okay, now I understood. So what I would do here is, yeah, well, I would iterate all the items. So I got 54 loops, and then within each loop I would iterate all elves and count if it's 3 elves, and if yes, then collect the item. That would be useful. So I can use this loop. So now I need to do this. Let's see. I do 2 counters, one for the lowercase and one for the uppercase. So can I do it like this? So now if counter 1 is on a 3, then there are 3 of them. And if counter 2, no, I can't do it like this.
Um.
I can.
So, and after each 3 lines, you would reset these, right? There's one problem given.
3 honest plus gleich sc a plus I. Then the same for the uppercase. So that should do the trick.
I fear not.
So why wouldn't this work?
Um.
I
The
iterate.
example for the second group lists one rucksack that contains two capital P's, so it
Okay.
is possible that something occurs in a rucksack multiple times. For example, four W's or five.
I get it.
So
So I would do it
you
like
might have
this.
some jitter.
So take only the first one of them. I guess this works.
Try.
You see my fast compiler? Usually it's 1 second or two.
It seems a little bit slow.
Okay. Okay, and that makes debugging a bit annoying here. If C equals, it's not an S here, it's C. More typos? I guess not. So I'm not really happy with this kind of puzzle here, where the most thing is text understanding. This is something I'm not a friend of. I would
Um,
rather like problems where we got a short problem statement with some, I don't know, interesting thing.
the problem number one that we have, as we are not English native speakers,
Okay.
well, I'm good enough that I can think in English, but it's not my native language, so I have to really read that stuff through and make sure that I don't miss anything. And sometimes there is some fluff hidden inside, so you have to read it only to discard it later on.
So now I get a zero answer. Why do I get a zero answer here?
I have no idea. Um,
That's better. No, it's not.
yes, and
Zero. We check every letter. Are you sure I really understood
um,
this thing?
you're with the inner for loop. So, well, what do I say? Inner, the second. Yes, that one. You're iterating over all lines, right?
Yeah, over all elves. And I count how much elves have this
But you
item in
need
this
to,
rucksack.
but you need to iterate over them in groups of three. So you go through the first three lines.
I'm searching for the item which is in 3 rucksacks, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so
Uh,
I iterate all rucksacks and count them. And if it's 3, then I found an item.
No,
No?
you're
So,
iterating over all. You need
yeah.
to iterate over them in groups of three. The first three, the second three, the third three, the fourth
Ah,
three,
okay.
and
So
so
I
on.
solved another problem. I get
Yes.
now I get it. So okay, then we need to do it otherwise. So yeah.
So
Okay, let's do it like
maybe
this.
you would just need to count which items you are iterating through.
Split GS. So now I got my elves here in this vector of strings. Now I can go for elves dot size e plus 2. So now I can iterate for.
Um,
So now I can do something like here is
yes, but
26 things.
you shouldn't check for I plus 2 in smaller elves, just I smaller elves, and count I plus equals 3.
Yeah, it works both ways. So actually I'm iterating the start point of my 3 here, and here I iterating from 0 to 3, and then I can add up these elves. So count is 0. Now I need to do this 26 loop here. So if for jar C else I plus J, if C equals A plus, so here we need to use another index K, then CNT plus plus and a break. Okay, now if CNT equals 3, then answer increment by score of A plus K. And then the same for the upper shift. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this could work. Just let's look over it for a second. So I'm iterating the start point for the elves, then for each start point I iterate all letters, and then for each letter I check the next 3 elves, and for each elf I check the lowercase and the uppercase. So I need to use 2 different counters here.
Ah, that is what you need the K loop for. I was wondering.
Yeah, we can put them inside each other, these loops, as we want, I guess. So we could do the loops over the letters also outside, whatever we want. So now is this okay? Now I need to,
Try.
so I guess this would be the one we need. Yeah, yeah. You need to go to work, isn't it? So we need to hurry. No, it's
The sun.
weekend. We don't have to work today.
It's still dark out there. It's
Yeah.
I know for some guys who are living on the American Eastern Seaboard, it's half an hour past midnight. For us, it's 6:30 in the morning, but it's still dark out here. So, and yes, I have work planned for today. I need to cut down some trees,
Okay.
but that is
So
only something that you can do with sunlight and
that was
okay.
that was not the right answer here. So let's think about it. Here we got all elves, yeah?
Yes.
So now we iterate the elves, all
For
elves.
that loop, I think you the way it works is you're going through the first group consisting of elf 0, 1, and 2,
Yeah, exactly.
and then you build up a group of elf 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's a goal. What I did was I built the first group of elf 0, 1, and 2, yes, and the second is consisting of elf 3, 4, and 5.
Okay, so we
So
would
my
do
outer
it.
loop iterates in steps of 3.
So I'm doing the same now. Maybe this works better. That's what I'm talking about, text understanding with these statements. So where's the
Yes.
fun to search for such in detail? So I don't see it exactly. It's not a programming problem. That's my point. But okay.
That are compiler warnings.
Yeah. Whoa! I earned a gold
Woohoo!
star. You. So okay. Yeah. Well, compiler warnings are like yellow cards in soccer. If you don't get one, you didn't give all.
So now that we have solved that stuff,
Yeah, show me your solution. Please share your screen. I will
yeah,
move you on my screen. I guess it's hard to see this in the screen.
sharing is up. So what did I do? Okay, my standard setup, and for part 1, that was the thing where the rucksacks had to be split in two, and the item that was on the wrong side need to be identified. So, assuming that these strings are have an even character count, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and so on, I can do this. I just take the left part from 0 to k halves, and the right part starting at k halves to the end,
Yeah.
and convert that into a set each. But this set I didn't create for the first part. I created it when I was working on the second part because I needed it again and didn't want to copy it over. That is this method. It's quite ugly to convert a char array
Yep.
to a set via streams. That's not really working. So from the string you can get a stream of the characters, but that is a stream of integer. So you would need to convert that to character and so on. And
What actually I did is I took out the splitting. So I iterated only the half string, which makes it a little bit simpler. So I guess. So then you have only one set, and then you don't need to
I
handle
did it
both sets. Yeah.
this way, so I have two sets. And then I can use this nice operation.
In C++, it's called intersection, set intersection, so it's the intersection of both sets. And since the set contain each item only once, this will give exactly the number of items we need in the end.
Exactly. Yeah. Retain all removes everything from this collection.
Yeah.
That isn't also that isn't also inside this collection.
Yeah.
So The iterator would only provide one character,
Yeah,
and the priority method looks like this. Lowercase characters,
yeah.
uppercase characters, that's it.
And this
Those,
also nicely solves this problem I had in my code that I counted characters twice, sometimes because I iterated them twice in the second half, but they have to be counted only once, even if they are twice or three times in the second half. Yeah.
and I somehow dodged that problem.
So show the second
And
part.
the next one, reusing these two methods, is then quite simple. So a different for loop, iterating in sets of 3. So I have
Yeah, okay.
a character set from the first, the second, and the third rucksack each. And then I do 2 retain operations and reduce this to one character and can sum it up.
So actually you're creating the intersection of three sets. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So and then you look if the intersection of the three sets is empty or is not empty. Yeah. Makes sense.
Um,
Ah, yeah, you
in
take
business
all which
code,
are in the intersection.
in
Ah, yeah,
business
okay.
code, I really should do that. For advent of code, I, uh, if this would be an operation that would be used in everyday's life 10,000 times an hour or something like that, I shouldn't get away with this kind of code. Not at
Yeah,
all.
yeah. Yeah, okay, it depends on the size of the alphabet. So here we got 26 letters, twice is 56, but it's still a small number. Maybe you got
And we don't have
millions of items, then it depends on what we are doing, yeah.
and we don't have corrupt probably we don't have corrupt data sets in there.
Yeah, yeah.
In the real world we can have corrupt data sets and if this would be for a real world problem, the one reviewing me should scolding me a lot for that.
Yeah. It's of course,
And
but
normally
yeah.
I do checks, but and unit tests and so on, but this is just reading fast, thinking faster, coding a lot faster again.
Okay.
Hoping that some get a fast score. So
So I guess
what ranking did we
yeah.
give this?
So show me.
So for the
You
first
can
part, 3,200 something, and for the second, 2,800 something.
yeah, so mine are quite bad. So I got 5,700 for the first part and 7,700 for the second. So I guess we consider this a good result and go to work for today. So we will.
We did it!
Yeah, we did it. So we will probably meet tomorrow, same time, same place, and to another recording. I thank you very much, Achim.
And I thank you.
Have a nice day.